Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that I get countless DMs about from girls and guys on my Instagram page, and I figured that making a YouTube video about it and just sitting down and talking about it would be a lot more helpful, and I'd be able to explain it a lot better on video rather than trying to type out messages to hundreds of people. So the most common question I get is, how can I lose weight? How do you burn fat? And even more specifically, how do you target specific areas on your body and burn fat there? These are all very valid questions. When I started my fitness journey, I had these questions and I didn't know where to get answers for them. So I'm just gonna start out by saying you cannot target fat loss. You cannot specifically decide where your fat goes off of your body first. If you could, everyone would have huge butts and flat stomachs. There's no tea that I'm gonna try and sell you, or a appetite suppressant lollipop, or a wrap that you put on your stomach to burn fat. They don't work. They're not realistic. You may, lose a few pounds because it just drains your body. It's not actually burning any fat. I'm sorry to say, these things aren't realistic. They aren't long-term sustainable things that you even want to think about using. But I'm gonna try and keep this video kind of basic, or else I will be sitting here talking to you guys for hours, and that's just a lot to cram into one video. So the only way to lose fat is to be eating less calories than you are consuming every single day. It is a proven fact. Most people who are legit in the fitness community and personal trainers and everyone will tell you the exact same thing. And this can be done by increasing your activity levels, as well as figuring out how many calories you need to consume daily to be in a caloric deficit. So when I started my fitness journey, I had no knowledge of this at all, because when I used to go on and Google for hours how to lose stomach fat, or even I used to Google how to lose muscle in my legs because I thought that my legs were too muscular, where really I just had a lot of fat on them. Not a lot, but for me I did. And everything online told me to do cardio and that calories didn't matter for some reason. I just specifically remember this one girl, I don't know who it was, saying, calories don't matter. And that just stuck with me. And I'm like, you know what? Calories don't matter. And I remember talking to some people about it and they were like, no, calories do matter. And I'm like, that one girl, she said that it doesn't, so it doesn't. Oh, that makes me so angry. So there is a lot of information on the internet. I would recommend not going down that rabbit hole all the time, because people just try and sell you bullshit and sell you a shake to drink 3 times a day and you're good to go. You're not. You need to be eating whole foods, just a certain amount of them every single day. So I think that it is overcomplicated and it doesn't need to be. So I'll just give you a small example. If you are throughout the day burning 2,500 calories, to be in a healthy deficit, you need to be eating about 300 to 500 calories less than that. So daily, your intake would be around 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day. Any less than that, you're not going to be eating enough for your body to function properly, and you're probably going to be extremely drained from your workouts. You're going to be in a shitty mood. You're not going to feel good, and that is not the point of a fitness journey. It's not to feel like shit. It's to feel great about yourself, progress in the gym, lose a little bit of weight if you want to, and just overall feel better mentally and physically. So if you are cutting too much, that is not going to be good for you. You should not be starving every single day. You have to try implementing healthier habits into your lifestyle, because then it actually makes it a lifestyle and you'll stick to it. One healthy habit that I can suggest to you to start implementing is, if you like snacking, start measuring out what you like to eat. It's a good start, because there are a lot of people who will sit down to watch a movie and eat the entire bag of chips without even noticing, and that's a lot. It's a lot of calories and it's a lot of food where, you know, maybe you didn't even mean to do that. So what I like to do is get my scale out, get a bowl out, and measure out if I want to have nachos, if I want to have chips, if I want to have literally anything. I do count all of my calories. Weighing your food out makes it much easier to fit snacks and things that you love into your daily calories so you don't go overboard. Another tip I have is to start a routine. It's hard at first. It's just like waking up every morning and making breakfast and going to work and walking the dog. It's part of your lifestyle and your routine. Once you start incorporating going to the gym X amount of times a week and sticking to it, it will become part of your routine. And making sure that you're working hard enough during these workouts that you're challenging your body. Another thing you can do is start incorporating cardio. This is something that I recently started doing. I don't like cardio very much, but I try and do 10 to 15 minutes at the gym. And then I will walk my dogs every day, which is about a 25-minute walk. So that's a good amount of cardio that I started adding to my day. I know a lot of people say this and it may seem obvious, but drink more water, really. When I think that I'm hungry after I ate a full meal, I will go and have a full water. And you know, 10, 15 minutes later, if I'm still hungry, I will have something else. But a lot of the time the water will fill me up. So I drink around, I believe, 3 liters of water a day, or I try to. So, you know, get a cute cup that you like using. I have this white Yeti cup that I stole from my mom that I really like, that I bring everywhere with me wherever I go. Like if I'm going to town to go grocery shopping or go to the post office or, you know, anything, or go see friends, I always have a water with me. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Another thing that I do is I tend not to drink my calories. So for example, I don't, and I never really have, but drinking a lot of coffee creamer in the morning. I drink protein powder mixed with my coffee, and that is delicious and it 100% does it for me. I tend not to drink a lot of juice or things like that. I do add a little bit of flavor to my waters, but that is it for me. I'm not a pop drinker, I never have. So if you are, it is good to, you know, you're still allowed to enjoy the pop and sodas or whatever, but try and slowly cut back and see how that works for you. Obviously don't cut it out completely, because you'll hate that. If you actually are a pop drinker and that's what you like, you know, you don't want to cut it out completely because it's not realistic. Another thing, I tend to cook all of my meals at home for the most part. I will still go out occasionally with my friends or my boyfriend or my family and enjoy myself, obviously, but cooking most meals at home has definitely helped me. I'm able to measure out what I'm eating, decide what I'm cooking it in, and I'm able to make my portion sizes appropriate for myself. So meal prepping can be something that's really helpful. Like I used to, every single Saturday or Sunday, I would meal prep for the whole week, and that would keep me going for a week or so. And then I wouldn't want to go and grab dinner after work or go grab lunch during work because I already had it with me. And it doesn't have to be boring. You don't just have to eat chicken and rice and broccoli every single day. Like, you can still enjoy good meals. And then when it comes down to eating less calories than you are burning a day, this is very important because, you know, a lot of people are working their asses off in the gym every single day and they're like, why am I not seeing results? And I say, do you know how many calories you're eating a day? And most of the time people don't know how many calories they are consuming a day or how many grams of protein or carbs or fats, etc. So you can be, you know, killing it at the gym, but if you're only burning 200 calories a day and you're eating 4,000 or 3,000, or, you know, you're in quite a surplus, you aren't going to be seeing the fat loss that you want. So even if you're not looking to lose weight, it is about like your health too, right? Because if you are extremely overeating every single day and you don't notice, because a lot of people don't notice. I had no idea how many calories I was eating when I would drink, you know, 6 drinks in a night and then eat half a large Domino's pizza and breadsticks. It really adds up and it is a lot for your body. And I think a lot of people don't know that, and how would they know that? Which is completely fine. Everyone starts where I started, for example. You have to learn it somehow. So one thing that you can do, and I recommend everybody doing, is downloading MyFitnessPal and tracking what you eat for 2 weeks, you know? Even after one day, you may look at it and say, holy shit, I am eating a lot more or a lot less than I thought I was, because, you know, some people are only eating like 1,200 calories a day and they don't even realize, and that is not enough for most people, or they are. You could be extremely overeating and eating 5,000 calories a day and not notice. So if you do decide to download MyFitnessPal just to, you know, get a good idea, that it will give you a number of calories which to go by, and I say do not go by that number. Just start tracking how you would usually eat. It'll give you a good idea on what you are eating, and then you can go from there. And I'm gonna do a video just more so on how to calculate how many calories you should be consuming and macros and everything. This is just really baseline video. So, and after you track for a day or a couple days, you know, don't get upset if your numbers are super high or super low and you don't know what to do, because that's okay. You don't want to go out and just cut calories like crazy, because your body will be extremely confused. You want to either start decreasing slowly or increasing slowly, depending on your goals. And if you start doing this and you want some help after you figure out approximately how many calories you've been eating a day, you can definitely reach out to me either through direct message on my main Instagram account or on my Fit account. I try and answer as many DMs as I can every day, so I'm definitely here for you if you need help, and I can give my best insight. I'm not a personal trainer or a nutritionist or anything, but I do have an okay idea, and I think that I would be able to help you if you needed it. And it's better than just going on and looking at a macro or calorie calculator. And if you have had a really bad relationship with food as well, and you think that tracking food is going to be too much for you, you can always try portion control, or just, you know, measuring stuff out instead of tracking it to start. And I'm not a dietitian. I don't want to sit here and tell you what to do. If you have had problems with food and your relationship with food in the past, I don't want to tell you what to do. Always do what's best for yourself. Another thing I thought I'd just touch on really quick. If you know, feel like you fell off the wagon, you know, you didn't track for a few days or a week, or you went out on Saturday night and had way too many drinks, had chicken nuggets, don't wake up in the morning and be mad at yourself, because it's not gonna get you anywhere. You know, you could either get up and say, you know what, I'm gonna get back at it, I'm gonna kill it today, or you can be pissed at yourself, be upset, go do a shit ton of cardio that isn't gonna change anything. Just get up and just keep going. It's okay. Everyone does it, trust me. And, you know, going out and making memories and having a lot of fun with your family and your friends is part of life, and you should be able to enjoy that. It may take a little while to get to that point, but once you do, it's awesome. And it's not restrictive. It has actually helped me come a really long way. I know this may not seem like it's relevant, but it can be when it comes to fat loss and how you feel about yourself and everything. If you are following people who don't make you feel good about yourself, don't provide you with knowledge, don't, you know, help you become a better you. Like if you're following people who you look at and you say, this makes me feel like shit about myself, and you continuously follow them, I don't think that's healthy for your mind, and it's really not. I have unfollowed a huge amount of people in the past year. I don't feel the need to follow people who I don't get anything from. I know that may sound weird, but you know, your mental health comes before following strangers, or maybe not even strangers on the internet, you know what I mean? So I asked you guys what kind of fat loss questions you had, and I think I answered some of them, but I would like to go through them anyways and see if I could answer any more of them. Okay, so one question I have is, what do you think helped you lose the tough belly fat the most, or a combination of? So of course everyone does have tough areas where it is harder to lose weight or fat because it is just stored there, and that's the last fat that's gonna leave off your body. Just like me, for example, I still have a bit of fat on my stomach that is still just hanging on, which is fine. But the way you are going to lose fat in your stomach is everything I just explained. You have to be in a caloric deficit and you have to be patient, because with time and work and a lot of, you know, self-control, it will go away. You just have to keep working at it. You have to lower your body fat percentage, which comes from fat loss, which means you need to be in a caloric deficit. So you can cut your calories in a healthy way a little bit, implementing cardio and weightlifting. I prefer weightlifting. It's better in my opinion. I'm not really a cardio kind of girl, but I am starting to implement about 20 to 30 minutes of cardio a day. That includes walking my dogs and doing about a 10-minute warm-up at the gym, and tracking your calories and being consistent with that. Do you do ab workouts? I train abs about once a week, maybe twice, but I don't do it a whole lot. When I'm working legs, upper body, anything, I try and keep my core engaged, so I don't train abs every single day, but they are working. How many calories do you eat a day, and do you think incorporating cardio has helped you speed up the process? So since around September, maybe August, I have been cutting my calories back a small little bit, but not anything too extreme. And I have been incorporating a little bit more cardio. Of course, incorporating a little bit of cardio will help you burn a little bit more calories a day. So yes, I believe that incorporating a little bit of cardio when you are cutting does help with fat loss. And I don't like to specifically say how many calories or what my macros are or anything like that, because when I was just beginning my fitness journey, I would follow girls who I looked at and was like, I want to look like you so bad. And I would watch videos and look for other people's macros so I could say, okay, I'm gonna do this too. But that's not what you want to do. You versus the next guy versus the next guy, you're all gonna have different macros. You're all gonna be eating different calories because it's dependent on your weight, your body fat percentage, your height, your age, your activity level. All of those things come into play. And don't copy other people's macros, please. What do you eat on a regular basis, and how often are your cheat days? So every day I probably have about 4 or 5 meals, smaller meals, because that's what I prefer. I'll get up, I'll have my protein coffee, I'll have my breakfast wrap. Those are just 2 things that I love eating, and I eat them every morning. And then I usually go to the gym. I will come home, have my post-workout shake or post-workout smoothie bowl. I'll have 1 or 2 more small meals, like a vegan taco salad or a homemade wild rice burger. I really love those. And then for dinner, I usually have vegan chili or spaghetti because it helps me hit my carb goals, and I really love both of them. So that's about what my days look like when it comes to what I eat. I'm a person who really likes a routine, so being able to do about the same things every day and keep it in routine, I really personally like that, and I'm okay with eating the same kind of things every day. So, and when it comes to cheat days, or did you say cheat meals? Cheat days. So years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I used to do like a cheat day, and I can 100% say that that made it so I did not hit my goals at all. It was not a good idea. Back then I was not tracking any of my calories or any of my macros by any means. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just going to the gym, and then I would, on I think Saturdays or Sundays, just completely splurge. So during the week, I would just cut calories and eat not enough on any of the days. And then, like, looking back now, I know that I was not eating enough by any means. And then on Sunday, I would eat way too much. Probably, if I had to guess, I'd say like 4,000 calories. And that just completely destroyed my whole week, because even now, if I were to do that and I was in a 500 calorie deficit every day, once you go and eat all those calories at the end of the week, it just like cancels it out. Now I like to occasionally have an untracked meal or go out and track my meal, but still enjoy myself 100%. Don't sit there and say, oh, I'm not gonna get that even though I want it. I don't do it all the time, but I still try and fit them into my macros and my calories. This is a good question. Can you lose boob fat? Of course you can. It's fat just like anywhere else on your body. You can lose fat from your butt. You can lose fat from your boobs, your arms, your face, anywhere really. It just depends on the way your body works and your genes and everything, really. I don't think I've really lost any boob fat since I started working out, but I never really had boobs to begin with. Okay, and the last question I'm going to answer is the structure and time of your meals. How late should you eat your last meal, and what can it be? So this is a really good question, because even, oh my God, I remember when I was younger, my mom would tell me not to have a bagel before bed because you shouldn't be eating carbs before bed, and I believed her 100%. I was like, okay, yeah, that must be bad. When you really look at it, a carb is a carb, a fat is a fat, a calorie is a calorie. If I, had my last meal at, say, 7 o'clock at night, and I was up at 9 o'clock still, and I was 30 grams under my carb goal, and I still had calories to work with, I would 100% have a bagel or something like that, because it doesn't really, I don't know how to make this make sense, but if you are eating these calories earlier in the day, obviously your body will be able to work with them and burn them throughout the day and use them as energy. So when you are going to have a snack before bed, your body won't be able to use it as energy, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it really doesn't. Like intermittent fasting, you know what I mean? It can be very good for people if they like that kind of structure. Like, the easiest way to say it is calories are calories. So I hope I answered all of the questions that you guys had. And of course, if you ever have any other questions, or you need help, or you just want to talk, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. I will have my social media links in the description box. And I would love if you would subscribe and like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any other ideas for topics of videos, or just video ideas in general, please leave them in a comment below and I will try my best to do them. Hi. Thank you. And as always, thank you so much for you guys' support and love. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. You licked my tooth.